You Lords. Greetings, fellow Watford fans, and it's time once again for the Orns Friday Focus, featuring Watford versus Burnley. Now, this is the fifth to last game of the season, and Watford are on 22 points, Burnley on 31 points, and they are outside the bottom three in the Premier League for the first time since late October. And Burnley have a really good chance of getting to 34 points when they take on Watford at the Vic tomorrow. Watford have lost a club record. What is it now? I even lose count of how many games. It's been 10. Is it 11? I honestly don't know how many consecutive games now that Watford have lost at home. I think it's 10, but geez, it could be 11, couldn't it, tomorrow, as Watford are struggling and will need 37 points to stay in this league, and they're just not going to get there. They have to win all 5 of their remaining games, and they're not going to do that. They've not won more than one game in consecutive weeks in a season so far in this Premier League. So this season, they've not done that. So they're not going to win 5 now. And the Roy Hodgson miracle that he attained with Fulham a few years ago when they won 4 of their last 5 isn't on the cards either, because 4 wins will not be enough to keep Watford in the Premier League, with the likes of Burnley streaking as they are right now under their new interim head coach, Mike Jackson, who took over after Sean Dyche had been sacked a few weeks ago, almost 10 years on the job at Burnley. That was a thing that many Burnley fans were perplexed about, but the players were not, because the Burnley players are now thriving under Mike Jackson, who, by the way, is the under 21s coach for Burnley. And now he has graduated to interim coach of the first team. And on the strength of his performances, getting this team to play well and what he's done, he may well have the interim tag taken off his name before too long. Mike Jackson, who now in his tutelage, Burnley, I believe, are 4 unbeaten now. He has done very good things for them. The team have responded, and they will come up against the Watford side, who are low on confidence. Lots of talking, but not nearly enough action from Watford this whole season on the pitch. And there will be an ex-Watford man that Watford will have to worry about. That's Matej Vydra, our old good friend, Mr. Vydra, will be back at the Vic, and he will be in the claret colours as Burnley look to take a step closer to Premier League survival, which I think they're going to get. Watford here tomorrow are going to have, I guess, a pretty similar lineup to what they've had, because there are injuries that have bedeviled this team this season. You're not going to see Kucho again this season. We already know that. Uraj Kuchka could come back into the lineup, and then perhaps, given the fact that he's really one of the few players over these last couple of weeks, a few weeks, who've actually given some effort and showed you some heart, it might not be a bad idea. I never thought I'd say that, but Kushka actually has, at least in a couple of games this season, shown you something, showed you some fight against Brentford, showed you a little bit of leadership as well, actually, in that game. But this is about the whole team. And the fact is, this team collectively is playing as a group of individuals. There are only a few in this team that are giving for the shirt and for the cause. I say Kamara is one of them, Hassan Kamara. He's definitely one of them. I think Lauza or Loser, however you pronounce his name, he's given for the shirt. I think Sissoko is as well. But outside of those 3 that I have mentioned, there are very few others who are joining them in that endeavor. And now, with 5 games to go and the handwriting on the wall for Watford, all I ask for tomorrow is an effort. All I ask for is some fight. All I ask for is some team play. And I also asked the manager, Roy Hodgson, to put some of the youngsters in. Will he put Shaq Ford in a game? Will he ever give Shaq Ford at least 15 minutes to show us what the man can do? He is an academy product. I think he should not just be on the bench. I think he should be in the game. And my other thing about Roy Hodgson, can he make a substitution early enough? Will he ever make a substitution that is not an enforced substitution early enough in a game? I think one of the keys, obviously, is what we always know about Watford. They're going to have to come out on the front foot, hammer and tongs, and give Burnley what for. All the talk about how big a game this is, and the captain of the side, Musa Sissoko, talking about this is a cup final. As he'd said earlier this week, this is a cup final against Burnley. Well, there have been cup finals. I mean, the Leeds game was a cup final, and what happened there? The Brentford game was a cup final. What happened there? I mean, the Manchester City game, the real cup final in that game was the one back in 2019, and that ended up even worse than the game did last week. For the second consecutive week, as I say, Watford will be facing ex-Watford players. Nathan Ake came off the bench for Manchester City against Watford last week. And as I said, Mr. Vidra will make his return to the Vic. He'll get a nice warm welcome. And after that, the pleasantries will be dispensed with. The question is, will Watford fans welcome of Vidra be warmer than the Watford performance tomorrow? Because Watford have to get on this as if their very lives depended on it. We already know where Watford are going to be next season as far as the league is concerned. We know which league they're going to be in. The question is, what frame of mind are Watford going to be in tomorrow when they take on Burnley at the Vic? Are they going to be in a frame of mind that they want to attack the game from the off and give Burnley a torrid time, make life uncomfortable for them? Or are they going to waste a half of football and allow Burnley to get away with absolutely everything? I think that that is going to be the key. Will Watford come out and actually invest in attacking Burnley, in getting behind Burnley, and in passing the ball and moving the ball quickly? Those are things you're going to have to do against Burnley. There's no good playing balls over the top because they've got some big defenders who will just eat that up all day long. So I would not recommend that Watford try that. I would recommend Watford get in the box, cross the ball early for a diagonal, early, get at them early, get at Burnley early, move the ball around the pitch quickly. And can we pass the ball a bit more efficiently? We cannot afford to be wasteful in possession against Burnley. Burnley's away record has not been great this season. Watford's home record has not been great this season. So something's got to give. And I say, why not give your effort? I think you've got nothing to lose. We already know where Watford are heading. So I hope the Golden Boys give this one the old college try and absolutely give Burnley a lot of headaches tomorrow. Make Mark Pope work. We know Mark Pope is a very good goalkeeper. Heck, he plays for the England squad. He's in the England squad. But what I would love to see Watford do tomorrow is act like they give a damn and start passing the ball quickly and moving the ball forward quickly and play like a bunch of teammates and not a bunch of individuals on their own islands, working out which team they're going to be playing with, why they play on the pitch. It seems to me sometimes the way Watford play, they are actually players probably thinking about what their destination is going to be next season because they don't seem to be present in these games. We know they've been absent in a whole lot of them at the Vic. And what is required tomorrow is a team that cares. The fans care. They turn up every week. Come rain, come shine, come hell, come high water, come train or bus, by land and sea. Fans are always there. I would like the players of Watford to be there tomorrow at the Vic. And I would like them to give a real effort at trying to win this game. If this is a cup final, show the fans that you care and show the fans that this is a cup final that you want to win. It's no secret what Burnley's tactics are going to be because everyone in the league knows what Burnley does. And yeah, sure, Mike Jackson has made a tweak here and there, but it's still the same Burnley that we've come to know over the number of years that they've been in the Premier League. So they're not that much of a mystery at all. Watford have to just play their game, up their confidence level, and get the first goal of this game. If Watford can get the first goal in this game, then we have a chance. We have a chance. But if Watford continue to play the way they've played, especially at the Vic, when they throw away first halves of football to the teams that really get goals without much effort. And if they continue to defend with poor defending, slack defending, leaving gaps, we know what the result's going to be tomorrow before it even happens. And Watford are going to have to push Burnley into positions on the pitch that they are uncomfortable in. That is what Watford will have to do. Get Burnley into positions on the pitch that they are uncomfortable taking shots from, that they are uncomfortable trying to make a play for the ball, that they are uncomfortable running into spaces for. You need to make their places on the pitch uncomfortable, which means the game has got to get a little physical as well. So I expect tomorrow a bit more physicality from Watford. I think the game is going to be more physical against Burnley. It was somewhat physical back in February. Roy Hodgson's first game in charge was 0-0. That's right, at Turf Moor, windy Saturday night. It was brutally cold that night too at Turf Moor. And I think the weather might be just a little bit different tomorrow at the Vic. But Watford's approach has to be to win the game. Let's get at least one win before our Premier League season is over with. This has been the Orns Friday Focus.